Hey folks, welcome back to the Talos Principle 2. So last time we began exploring this new area, the Flooded Valley, right. And we found the hidden lab and one of the two stars. We haven't started on the puzzles yet. I wanted to kind of look at the star puzzle first in case there was sort of a hint or a clue that we need to look for something while visiting the other locations. So we've got two more question marks on the map, kind of far away it seems. Let's head in those directions and see if we can't get... Yikes. See if we can't get whatever clue or map we need before we start seeing the rest of the area. We also got some more information about Athena. It seems likely that she and Miranda, the daughter she somehow created, were working on the fundamental revolution in physics which led to the particle tech.
Hey, 1K.
Oh, now this is a very philosophical question. Since we ran into Byron, I suppose we'll ask it. And this ties back to the somnambulum, or whatever it was, the device we found that Malumpus, somebody, had tried to build to interrogate the black boxes which contain our deep algorithms. Do you think the answers we seek exist within ourselves?
Look, self-reflection is important, but only thinking about yourself, your inner identity, becomes narcissistic. You exist, whether you like it or not, in a dialectical relationship with the world. Identity has no meaning without society, and society has no meaning without the individual. It's in that tension that we really come into being.
Okay, thanks for your perspective on that. Let me double check here. So... the Somnodrome, created by Melampus, was the item we found. Alright. Alright, here we have the Sphinx, and again there's a map. Okay, so we can see 3 X's. One near the tower, one to the right of it, and one far to the right of it. So if we start at the tower, where's the tower? Let me look at this one more time. It's like behind it or north of it, I guess. Hold on, where's the tower? Oh, there it is. Okay. So what's this other question mark? This is probably another terminal. Yeah, I can see it from here. I don't know how we get there, though. It looks like we have to traverse this. Let's go grab this terminal, and then we'll start looking for the star X's on that map. If we can find the first one, it'll give us a clue what we're looking for the second and third. So if the first one's near the tower, that'd be great. We've actually got 2 question marks here. There's one over here, which is a terminal. Let's go see what this has to say. It's while looking at the tower, so that's interesting. And yet it moves. Author Mitku. A fascinating story I discovered in the archive concerns a great scientist by the name of Galileo. This remarkable man made huge contributions to the early development of science, but was best remembered for becoming embroiled in a controversy with the church that ended with accusations of heresy, a trial, and him being placed under house arrest for the rest of his life. The cause of the controversy? He argued that the Earth revolved around the sun, a view we would describe as self-evident, and which the Inquisition described as foolish and absurd in philosophy and formally heretical. The story became emblematic for how society often punishes those who try to push our understanding of the world forward, something in the modern day. There's a legend that at the end of his trial he muttered, "And yet it moves." A beautiful idea, but untrue, because defying society is hard. It comes at a high cost, and not everyone is capable of bearing it. What would you have done in his place? What would I? Mitku, number 166. Miranda says, I think I would have tried to stand up for the truth. Athena replies, it's harder than it sounds. Fighting an authority like Elohim is one thing, but when even your friends and allies may renounce you for holding an unacceptable opinion, it takes enormous willpower to continue. And then Miranda replies, but if nobody does it, society gets stuck. All of these stories and fragments relate to the nature of existence of consciousness and to the story of New Jerusalem, right? It sounds like Athena may have left because she changed her mind or gained a new idea, which would have been an unacceptable opinion. Perhaps the growth. Perhaps when she was first born, she believed in the goal, she believed in balance. But as she grew and gained knowledge and became wiser and gained experience of being a living conscious being, she changed her mind and found that hinting towards that started to receive rejection and hostility from the people of New Jerusalem. Maybe that's why she left. Here we have Puzzled, an archived post by an author named Guo. The role of puzzles in this simulation was so important to the creation of our civilization that it has left an indelible imprint. But sometimes I worry that this is an issue. Alexander Drennan thought of human beings as problem solvers, but the real world isn't anything like the simulation. Yes, there are problems to solve, but there isn't a Tetramino waiting to reward you. There's just another problem, and another, and another. Our veneration of the puzzle may be blinding us to the fact that sometimes there isn't a neat solution, that sometimes life is just a slog, and the best you can do is muddle through. I think that's extremely wise and a very pointed argument there to make. This is from Guo 20, not one of the first companions, but one of the oldest new humans. And this ties into something else I said earlier in the playthrough about how life doesn't have neat solutions often, and there's no reward, there's no, you don't get your test back marked 100. You just have to keep going and keep trying to rebalance and refigure and reevaluate and re-question. There was a really strong text in the first game about how it's important to question things. What was it about? It was like, it's important to question everything, but not to reject all answers, or something along those lines. Don't allow yourself to become so reliant on questioning that you never make any decisions or choices. But you do have to question all the time. There is no black and white in life. There is no final answer to anything, except perhaps the immutable laws of the universe. But even those seem to have weird loopholes and exceptions that we don't grasp. Here's a message from Aurora to Athena. Dear Athena, have you really left us for good, without even saying goodbye? I know we haven't spoken much lately, but isn't that just part of the slow, relaxed lives we now lead? After all those centuries of struggle, trying to build New Jerusalem, I thought we deserved a rest. And if that disappointed you, why didn't you say so? I know you disapprove of all those silly titles they give us now, but we really were your first companions. We know what it was like. I was there when Yimo died. I remember the horror of realizing there was no way of bringing him back. The impossible finality of it. And then the determination to make it make sense, to have it be part of a story that leads to a better world. I never abandoned that, Athena. I just thought that maybe I could spend some time on the things that make life worth living, too. Maybe I lost track. Maybe I failed you. I don't know because you didn't tell me. Aurora. Yeah, her disappearance seems to have been deeply traumatic, especially to those who knew her the longest. Which makes sense. I mean, she was their leader, their role model, their inspiration, and then she just up and vanishes one day with no explanation. Looks like I need to make my way across here, and then south to see what this next question mark would be. Looks like it's along the edge here. I think it's another terminal. Yeah, okay. Well, let's find out. Just a message from Liftraiser. The Angry 13th.
One of the most foolish illusions that commonly persist is that nature is a victim and humanity is a perpetrator. This can only be the opinion of someone who has not witnessed nature at first hand, who has not seen its immense and awe-inspiring baseness. Nature is mindless chaos and eternal conflict. A system of predation and consumption whose perfect cruelty can only induce a terrified and unwilling admiration. Nature is our most powerful and least honorable enemy. A beast that consumed every last one of our ancestors and will consume us just as quickly if we are not successful in our struggle with it.
It's a very militaristic view of the world that he has. Everything is cast in terms of enemies. I wonder if there was a deliberate choice to have an actor use a German accent there. Not necessarily... not necessarily to... How do I put this? Not necessarily to invoke specifically the Nazi threat, but just because the players of the game will have that kind of subconscious connotation from it. I wonder. Anyway, Alcatraz is here. He has something to say. Let's check in with him.
Hello, 1K.
Do you think finding a functional Somnodrone would be interesting?
Sure. I think there's plenty inside each of us to explore, and it might give us a new perspective. Will it really answer all the big questions? I don't know, but it might help.
That's all. All right, let's go over to the tower. Oh, we've got Melville.
Yes?
Yeah, in my vision, Athena mentioned a singularity.
Yes. She could be talking about a gravitational singularity, like the point within a black hole where density becomes infinite and space-time breaks down. But the term has other applications too.
Fascinating. They must have been doing some incredibly advanced experiments.
You're right. It is fascinating. You know, our ancestors went to incredible lengths to try and understand reality. They built super colliders and sent telescopes into space to find traces of the Big Bang. I guess the founder was walking in their footsteps.
I should get back to work. Okay, so if we look at our image here, somewhere behind or near the monument is 1X. I'm going to try to check behind it first. And then sooner or later, we got to start doing puzzles. Oh no, I wonder if I can even get over there. Maybe I can't. Is this little... There's a little island here, which might be part of the Tetramino. Or I guess... Now, hold on. If we consider that... If we consider that this would be the majority of the land, and so that's south of here, south of the tower, then that direction south, which means this direction up here would be, what, east? So we'd want to look east of the tower and then head south from there, I guess. It could be that little monument there. I wonder if we can get there. Maybe we can't get there until after. Yeah, it's too far. We could maybe navigate this ice to get there somehow. Or we might have to wait until we can build Tetraminos. Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit on the far side. But then if we were east and headed south, Here's something. Is this a thing? This is a thing. Okay. So we're looking for statues with switches on them, I think. So then due sort of north of here would be... Yeah, probably that... Oh, it's right there. I can see it. That's the third switch, I think. Or the first switch. And then this one's the second. Which means... Okay, so then the last one is... a little bit... It's pretty much due south of the tower. So if we come back west a bit... and then head south a long way... it should be somewhere over here. Way down south. If we can find it. So it's pretty much as far to the south as we can get. Where was it? Yeah, it's on the southern edge of a big chunk. Well, the southeastern edge of a big chunk of land far to the south. Let's see if we can go find the third one. And then, oh, what's this? A washing machine. Since our ancestors excreted various substances from their pores, small openings in their skin, their garments would quickly become a breeding ground for bacteria. Because of this, they had to find efficient ways of cleaning their textiles, a task that otherwise became a significant chore for parts of their population. Fair enough. Let's see. So I think we want to get over there and then look near a little peninsula jutting out to, past a little peninsula jutting out to the southeast. And if we find that, then we're close to completing the second star puzzle, and we can start doing regular puzzles from there until we can use the Tetraminos to get to the third switch. But somewhere on this, I think this is the little jut of land, maybe? Oh, look at this. There's a spark here. Okay. Not that we need that. Where would the statue be? Can we get further south? Maybe we can. Yeah, I think it's down here, actually. If we can cross this gap, which perhaps we can do? Just barely, just barely. Okay. And then we go past, here's the peninsula. So the statue should be over here somewhere, I think. I think this is right. Okay. We occasionally find those weird holograms. I feel like this should be it. But maybe I went too far? We're looking for another statue. Here's Prometheus. That seems too far to the west because the tower is northwest of us, and it's basically it should be right around here, actually. Is there maybe a switch on the Prometheus statue? No. I don't see that. I feel like it should be around here somewhere. I kind of expected it to be right here where this piano is. It's possible I've gone too far south, that I wasn't supposed to. Could it be along there somewhere? I mean, we're pretty much in the right location. Okay, not seeing it here. So, I mean, it's gotta be elsewhere. We're looking for... All right, maybe this is a time to use the camera a little bit. Let's just go up and take a look around. Yeah, that's a little bit on the small side. If this was it, this kind of looks sort of right. And then the idea was that there was an X. Maybe it's like on the number. Maybe it's not another statue. Maybe it's on the number here. Because this looks vaguely like the shape that I'm looking for. It's got this peninsula sticking out. Yeah. And then if we look at the map again, yeah, see there's the peninsula and then the X is right here. So maybe it's not a statue for this one. Maybe it's on the number, like on the 3, or feels like it should be somewhere around here. Because there's that peninsula that juts out back towards the thing a little bit. So I feel like there's a switch somewhere here. But I seem like it would likely be on a statue like the other one. Like what I think where the other 2 are. So that's a little confusing to me. Unless it's like on a tree and I just have to notice it and find it. That seems unlikely. There's a billion trees, so that would be pretty mean of the developers to do that. It could be inside the puzzle, perhaps, or around the exterior. Maybe. Can I get up there? Well, I mean, I can look with photo mode. I don't see anything like a switch on the exterior here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. This section, I think, yeah, it looks like we can get there physically. Let's go take a look on the other side. Could be inside the puzzle, perhaps? Or like on the back of one of these? Yeah, if it is, I'm not seeing it. Feels like this is the location on the map, but maybe I'm wrong. Well, since we're here, let's hop inside and get started on our puzzling. We'll start with puzzle 3, crossing. Oh, now this is interesting. We have a new device, an accumulator. Now, I don't know how this works. So it maybe accumulates light. It seems like it works with the light gates. Maybe it can accumulate a certain amount of charge, and then for like, it's like a timer puzzle. Like for a small amount of time, it'll power a gate. Could be, right? All right, we've got a couple fans here. We can go in and out. Obviously, we can grab this hexahedron and take this out here. I guess we could... We have a jammer. So, like, theoretically, we could have this bouncing back and forth if we could figure out... But we can't depower the fans to set it up, so that's not going to happen. If we take this and plop this here, then what? You can come in here. There's the... Okay, there's a light gate. Part of the problem is I'm not really sure. what I'm trying to do here. What happens if I go and accumulate this while I'm up here? Nothing. Okay. It's like trying to get light from there. If I... Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, that doesn't work. What are we trying to do here? I guess maybe I can put it up top. Like maybe I can get to it like this. If I hop up here, can I... No, I can't get high enough. Can I get to... Can I somehow get to that red light and at least see what this does? Doesn't seem like I can get in there at the moment. There's no way to get through that blue light unless I get past here with the jammer. I'm not seeing how I would do that. I guess I could... Can I? No, I can't. I was trying to see if I can, like, finagle the fan into jumping me onto an edge. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing here. I also don't see the solution. Where is the solution to the puzzle? Like, where is the... Yeah, where's the finale? I don't see that either. Huh. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we need to... I don't even see how we would get in there. Jump ourselves over? Or no, this red light. Okay. The red gate, rather. Now, one thing I learned in the past game is when a gate lowers... or when a light gate lowers a physical gate, it stays down even after you depower it. Or that was the case in the second game. Or the first game. What am I trying to do here? What is this? We can get to here, but there's nothing of value here except this. So somehow we've got to... Okay, I think somehow we've got to get to this blue light source and use it to accumulate with this. I'm not exactly sure how this works, but I think I'm going to absorb some light, is the idea. But I don't see how to do it. I think what I want to do is get this on the box flying back and forth. But I don't see how to... Well, no, they don't fly back and forth. Because they don't... One doesn't land on the other. How could I... Can I can't really adjust my flight trajectory when I'm thrown by the fans. That just gets knocked off. What about the jammer? How does this help me? Does it help me? Can I do anything else with it? Like, going through here is sort of pointless. I'd love to get in there, because then I could test out using the thing, but I only have the one jammer. Boy, I don't quite see how to start with this puzzle. What can I do that I haven't tried? What do the fans get me? They just get me inside there. Where could we use the box? Is there anywhere we could use the box to get up on something? I guess we could sort of get on that ledge, maybe? And then we can get in there. Is this low enough that I could use it to get up here? No, it's not quite low enough. Wow. This one, I don't know. I mean, if we could launch the accumulator from on top of this and get it while it's connected to that, maybe it could absorb some blue and then we could do something with it. It's called an accumulator, so I feel like that must have something to do with how it works. But I can't move these as a unit. Like, as soon as I pick up the hexahedron, this falls off of it. Can I jam? Oh, I can jam the fans. I forgot. That's the solution. I forgot you can jam the fans. Okay. So I can do that. All right, so let's hook this up like this and then remove the jammer. Okay, I think that has now accumulated a blue charge. Yes, excellent. Okay. Let me go get this. Fire myself over here. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Jam the fans, fool. Okay, I need the box too. Nope. So we can take this in here, and what is powering this going to do? I guess it's going to lower this gate, or that gate? What did that do? What did that do? I don't understand what that did. Is that locking? Oh, it's locking this gate open. So now we can get through here. Okay. Now we can go get the red light. Okay, all right. So I want to discharge this, gather up the red light. Okay, now this is a mobile red light producer. Come through here. All right, there we go. Oh, okay, so that is different in this game. But all right, so I figured it out. So the trick was jamming the fan and understanding the nature of the accumulator. Whew, that was a tough one. Took me a minute. But there's puzzle number 3 done.
Beginning, before we built New Jerusalem, we used to explore just like this. Small groups setting out for the horizon, looking for resources, trying to make sense of the world we'd been thrust into, trying to find a way forward. It was a hard time, but I can't deny that it was also exciting. I think it's part of our nature to be wanderers. Our ancestors crossed entire oceans on flimsy wooden boats just to see what else there was.
Is it weird to feel nostalgic for a time I never experienced? I just think I could have contributed so much more back then.
It's not weird, but it wasn't all sunshine. People died. Yemo, Calvin, Isaac.
I know, Al. They were family to me.
Sorry. Didn't mean to reopen old wounds.
It's a legitimate point, but I don't think it invalidates the sense of wonder we felt. That's what kept us going.
Yeah, these guys, the interactions are very interesting. There's, I think that's the one we got already. Right? This is very strange. I feel like we should have found another switch by now. Yeah, we already found this one. The other one should have been over there in that direction. Like a little bit west and then south. And there's that shape of that spit of land. Really feels like it should have been there. I'm very confused. Like we go a little bit west, and then we go south, and it's like that island right there. Let me take another look at it. Go up as high as I can. See, there's that little peninsula jutting out that he's talking about. Maybe it is on a tree. Maybe it's hidden that way. Because, I mean, that looks like the right shape. I go as high as I can. There's that kind of like peninsula of land. And then it should be somewhere in here. Right? Based on the map? Yeah, somewhere there. I gotta find it. It's gotta be, I mean, there's no statue, so... I guess we'll look at the trees? Could it be hidden on a tree? I feel like that would be really mean for them to do. Is there anything unique or anything that stands out here? Aside from puzzle number 3? Feels like it should be somewhere in this area, somewhere right around here. It's kind of near the shore. Like, it feels like it should be right about where I'm standing. Could it be higher up on a tree, or... I guess it could be up on the roof of this thing if I could figure out a way. Is there a way for me to... Let me go take a quick trip. I don't see anything... I mean, there's this big structure here that we couldn't do anything with. Man, that's really frustrating. It feels like it should be here, and it's just not. Either that or I'm blind and totally missing it. Is there the stump of where a statue used to be, or any kind of hint? There's like nothing, man. Could be closer in. Like we found the spark here. Maybe that's what it was indicating? Maybe it wasn't showing us a switch. Maybe it was showing us, because no, there's an X here, an X here, and an X here. So it should be another switch of some sort. We really can't go any further south. I mean, we can go over there, but I don't think that's right. There's nothing like a statue over there. But then there's nothing like a statue over here, so... Let me take one more quick peek. Oh, come on, I made it before. Man, this is frustrating me. I hate this type of puzzle. To me is not interesting. It's just frustrating. It's like, go search the wilderness for this tiny little switch. Like, how is that interesting? It's really not. It's more luck-based than anything else. It doesn't involve intellect. It's just like, search and find the needle in the haystack, you know? It really irks me, grinds my gears. I mean, this thing's this landmass is the wrong shape. We did find something in roughly the position where we would expect it, but it's just that. Man, that's annoying. I mean, Prometheus is here, but we found him already. We brought his spark back to him. Where the heck is the damn switch? Come on. All right. Well, I've spent too long looking for it already. I mean, if we haven't found it here where it's supposed to be according to the map, then I'm not going to find it here. I don't think. I don't know. It should be here, and it's just not. Is the map wrong? Is it misleading me deliberately? Am I missing something about the clue? Or what? I mean, we looked pretty extensively around the outside and inside of Puzzle 3 here, and it's just not available. Could it be on the back of this? No. I mean, feels a little cheap to me to make one of these puzzles about finding a tiny little switch on this massive, enormous map. Melville?
I've been wondering, what made our ancestors settle in these god-forsaken places? It can't have been easy with those frail, squishy bodies of theirs. What makes a caveman go, yes, this frozen hellscape is where I want to live out my days? You think Byron was right? Is it in our nature to be wanderers?
I mean, realistically, I think probably in the early days, it was more about resources and population pressure. They came here... Well, they might have come here for these reasons, but they might also have come to do things their own way without anybody telling them what to do. And we do like to overcome challenges. But specifically to answer your question... Well, your question was two parts. One was about why they would come here, and one is about the nature of our people. I think the best answer for why we're wanderers and explorers is partially about this, but also partially about this. There are plenty of people who are faced with these population pressures and lack of resources and just stay put. They stay exactly where they are. They live and die in a small town. But the explorers, the adventurers, the ones who venture forth, they like challenges. They are drawn to the idea of building a new society. I think it's the idea of building something new that really motivates us.
You think that's an inherently human behaviour? Always restless, trying to start a new thing somewhere else?
It's what makes human culture so varied and complex. I don't think it's uniquely human, we're just good at it. Our ancestors are like that for biological reasons. When our societies grow too big, they don't cohere. This I quite like a lot. When our societies grow too big, they don't cohere. Groups split off to start something new. Yeah, I like that.
I wonder whether we've already reached that point. Seems like we might have. All right.
Okay, nothing else to say to Melville there. I'm pissed off about this stupid switch that I can't find. So, I've got that going on for me. And we did one puzzle and found out a bunch of terminals, but so far, no, we have an idea about the star puzzle, but that map is so misleading, it's very frustrating. It says it should be there and it's not, and I'm irked. So I guess while I'm in this headspace, I'll stop the episode here so that you don't get more of it from me as I play through. And I'll go take a break and we'll come back, we'll do some more puzzles, and maybe we'll find that third switch. I don't know. Either way, regardless, I appreciate you guys sticking it with me throughout this episode and this playthrough and on my channel. It's just great to have you guys as viewers. Really appreciate you. Never want to take you for granted. So thank you for watching, and hope we see you in the next one. Take care.